Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Hey folks, I finally know what offenses I committed in Peterborough, Ontario back in April when I covered an anti-lockdown protest. Please sit down and buckle your seatbelts. You are not going to believe this one. Folks, you might recall that last week I told you how I had been served with a summons by Peterborough police for covering an anti-lockdown protest in that city. The summons simply stated that I was being charged under Section 7.0.2 of the laughably named Reopening Ontario Act.
Yeah, I'm going to give him his court documents.
His court documents?
Yeah.
Being charged with. After all, I was not the event's organizer, nor a speaker, nor even an attendee. I was just covering this peaceful protest as a journalist. That's not illegal. Well, not yet. Well, I just took delivery of the disclosure that the Peterborough Police Service is going to present in court against me later this month. Pages and pages of it, all about me and my actions that day. It read like a John Grisham thriller. So let's jump to the chase. The crime I committed on April 24th is that I shook hands with people. And they even have the photos to prove it. No, I swear, folks. Check out this excerpt. Quote, at 12:47 hours, Staff Sergeant McLean made note and observed Menzies approach and greet Mr. Maxime Bernier, and shaking Mr. Bernier's hand, the two stood next to each other and engaged in a conversation. Neither person was wearing a mask or maintaining the required 2 meters physical distancing. After a short conversation, Menzies could be seen interviewing Mr. Bernier on the grass just off the stage area, end quote. Oh, merciful God in heaven. Why was I not tasered for this crime against humanity? I mean, interviewing a politician? Shockers. Hey, coppers, I'm a journalist. I interview people for a living. What was Mr. Bernier and I supposed to do? Use sign language? As for the handshake, that is the de rigueur salutation in the Western world. I could have bowed to Mr. Bernier, but what do you want to bet, folks, I would have been criminally charged with appropriating Japanese culture? Later, it is noted that this eagle-eyed Staff Sergeant McLean observed, quote, at one point, Menzies stood behind Mr. Randy Hillier and wrapped his arm around and over Mr. Hillier's left shoulder in an effort to record the conversation that was occurring. Mr. Menzies was so close to Mr. Hillier, at times he made contact with Mr. Hillier, end quote. Wow, I actually made contact, and yet me and Mr. Hillier are still amongst the living. I guess this protest had adopted the rules of non-contact hockey. I know, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Oh, I committed several other handshaking offenses, all of them cataloged in excruciating detail. Here goes, quote, shaking the hand of a man in a blue and white baseball hat and dark hoodie, shaking hands with a female in dark brown pants, turtleneck sweater, purse over her left shoulder, shaking hands with a male in black baseball cap, enough is enough t-shirt, shaking the right hand of a male in a dark t-shirt and wearing an Under Armour baseball cap, end quote. Guilty as charged. By the way, these Peterborough cops even submitted my driver's abstract as part of their disclosure. Check out this egregious example of misbehavior behind the wheel that occurred on January 9th, 1985. You know, folks, I was given a ticket for driving 60 kilometers in a 50-kilometer zone. Yes, I was going 10 whole kilometers over the posted speed limit. For our American friends, that translates into 6.2 miles per hour over the speed limit. For some reason, the Peterborough police want the judge to be aware of a speeding violation from 36 years ago. I'm really worried the judge might throw the book at me now due to such outrageous stunt driving. Oh, but wait a second, folks. In the here and now, I apparently committed another crime on April 24th, in addition to all that illicit handshaking. Here's the allegation, quote, one photo shows Menzies and Mr. Hillier standing next to each other. Both are laughing while Mr. Hillier has his left hand on Menzies' right shoulder, end quote. Oh my God, I laughed on that day? Oh yeah, I laughed and I giggled and I guffawed, and naturally the super serious Peterborough Police Service, well, they deem laughter to be sinister. Then again, folks, maybe the Peterborough cops are right about this laughter thingy. I did some research online, and lo and behold, I came across criminals who laugh aloud all the time. And these aren't just run-of-the-mill criminals, these are supervillains. Check out the video evidence.
After you've chewed over this one for a while, look for two more. Adios, amigos. See you in court.
Of course, we have no plans to bend the knee, folks. We will fight these farcical charges, and you know something? I can't wait. And if you would like to help us lawyer up for our latest battle against censorious thugs, please go to standwithmenzies.com. That's standwithmenzies.com. And please make a donation if you're able to. Despite what the Peterborough police think, we still have freedom of the press in Canada. And for that matter, we also have the right to shake hands. And yes, we have the right to laugh, even though when it comes to the behavior of certain members of law enforcement these days, well, folks, believe me, inside, I'm crying. You know, folks, these charges against me by the Peterborough police, it's really Banana Republic stuff. It's outrageous. What did I do? Commit a thought crime by cavorting with Mr. Hillier and Mr. Bernier, politicians who are non grata these days? Give me a break. And if you can help us out, that would be great. Please go to standwithmenzies.com. That's standwithmenzies.com. And if you are able to, please make a donation for our legal fees.